I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I've got some more items from the Sephora sale, and I've got one last hurrah coming too because I had to make a last minute order, as I'm sure we all do, right? Before the sale ends. But I got this set from Glow Recipe. It's the Dewy Skin Dazzlers. They're little travel sizes of some of my favorite products. I am going to Dallas, Fort Worth next month, so I use these products like every single day, and I didn't want to like bring the full size on the plane. So I was like, this is a perfect little set for me to get. So what I really liked was this little tiny travel of the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Mist. This has got one of the finest misters on it. This is a 1 fluid ounce 30 ml bottle, and this one is made in Korea, and this is it next to the full size. So especially going into the winter time, I like to reach for the Glow Recipe pretty often because it's got a little bit more moisture to it in comparison to the Peach and Lily, although I do use that one regularly as well. They're just my two favorite face mists. So that little guy was in there. And then there's also a 0.5 fluid ounce 15 milliliter of the Sun Glow Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Hue Drops, which are the tinted kind of bronzy version. They don't offer like a super ton of color, but there's just a slight bit of bronziness and a little bit of sparkle to them. Not like obvious in your face type of sparkle, just like a pearl. I've been through an entire one of these throughout this past summer, and I do really like the tinted version, but this is a little travel size as well. And I love the niacinamide dew drops. I use them every single morning. I use 2 pumps. And then this guy here, there's a little tiny one of the normal ones. This is a 1/2 ounce. This is probably the one I'll take with me next month. So again, I use 2 pumps of this every single morning underneath my sunscreen. So this is just a really good little set. So I picked that guy up. And then I also picked up the new Prism Libre highlighter from Givenchy. It's the limited edition number 14. This has got 0.21 ounces of total product, or each quadrant is 1.5 grams. I believe that's what that says on there right there, but this is the packaging. And this guy here is made in Italy. So the packaging on this one has got a silver top, and then the Givenchy logo is like glittered, sparkly. And this is the highlighter that I've got on my face today. It's very subtle. I don't set the top of my cheekbones to get the most out of the highlighter so it really adheres, because I do have that dry skin type, and if I set right there, I'll really have a hard time getting highlighters to stick when I want them to. This guy here, it's a pretty highlighter. It's very, very finely milled, but for me, it's just a little bit too soft. And being a softer highlighter, you wouldn't think that it would emphasize texture on the skin, but this really, for me, emphasizes texture where I wear highlighter, and I'm not crazy about that. The sheen is really pretty. Like, don't get me wrong, it's very, very finely milled, very, very smooth. It does have a fragrance to it, like kind of like it's a perfume actually. It doesn't linger on the skin or anything like that. Let me grab a little bit more. So there's this white and the pink quadrant, and what I'm showing you guys in a swatch is them mixed together. And this is light enough for my skin tone. I think that the coloring actually looks a bit gold when you mix them together, which is interesting because it's like a white and a rose gold almost. So it appears golden though. So that's kind of interesting. But again, the sheen is really pretty, but I don't know if it's because I'm so used to those translucent base highlighters with the high sparkle that don't emphasize any texture for how sparkly they are, because I do really like that blinding highlight. But for this not being a blinding highlight and still really like emphasizing that texture, I'm just not like super crazy about it. Because I don't know. I mean, I don't have a ton of texture on my face, but any texture that I do have, this brings it out. So those are kind of my feelings on that. It is, like I said, it's a pretty highlighter, but there's just, for me at least, there's ones that are a little bit more flattering for my liking. So that guy is the Prism Libre limited edition highlighter, number 14 right there, and the packaging is really pretty. I had heard that they redid their powders, their setting powders, which I used to like collect all the limited edition ones, and I haven't maybe I'm just not like looking hard enough or something, but I haven't seen like a limited edition like top on a powder like that for a while. But I'd seen they reformulated them, and some of the reviews were saying it was almost like you were putting highlighter on your face. If you guys have tried the new reformulated Prism Libre powders, I would love to know your opinion on them. Did they reformulate them? Is it like, you know, highlighter central setting the face? I'd love to know. There was a little puff inside of there as well on top of the powder when you first open it, which I don't really use those. I also picked up the Eye to Cheek Valentino dual use blush and eyeshadow and number 4 Sweet Rebel. This has got 0.12 ounces of product, or 3.6 grams, and this one here is made in France. So I love to get the limited edition. I think I've got 3. This would be the 3rd limited edition packaging from a holiday collection, and this has got really pretty gold packaging. So there are 2 shades of this available that came out as well. There's a highlight color, which it's a golden color that I just feel like the way that it looks, it's going to be too dark for my skin tone. If you've tried it also, let me know because I'm interested. But this packaging is so pretty. And I've got this blush on my cheeks today, and I have several of these Valentino blushes. They're very, very nice. So again, this is the shade number 4. And there's a little brush that comes inside of these as well that's housed right there. And they are really small brushes, but they're very, very soft synthetics, and they are completely usable brushes. Like it being in there isn't like something that's super difficult because it does splay a decent amount like this. So you can, you know, buff blush on if you were to like use this in your purse or something like that. I typically don't reapply blush throughout the day, but it is in there, and it's a totally functional little tiny brush in the lid there. And then this is kind of like, it's got a pearl to it, like a satin pearl finish, and I love the tone of this as well. It's just like a burnt, almost red terracotta color, and it's very, very pretty. So that guy there is number 4 in the Eye to Cheek from Valentino's holiday collection. And again, love the limited edition packaging. This is their normal packaging, and then I thought I would just show you guys the years prior to. So I love that they switch it up every year. It's the same style of packaging, but they're different colors for their holiday launch. Just very pretty. Right, just set out looking at them, it just looks very, very lovely. I also picked up a Tom Ford lipstick, and I believe that these are also reformulated. I used to collect so many Tom Ford lipsticks. It was a beautiful, lovely, lovely formula, but a lot of them turned really quickly, or not necessarily like the formula went like bad, but they started to smell. And what I had kind of learned was it was the nut butters that they were using in the formulation. Like I never noticed like a super substantial difference in terms of the texture or the way that it felt or anything like that, but it was that smell. And it wasn't a really pleasant smell. So I think that they reformulated them for that reason. This formula is beautiful. I haven't obviously had this long enough to see if this like will turn in terms of the smell or anything like that. But the shade that I got is number 1 Spanish Pink, and I don't have the original Spanish Pink to swatch with you, but from memory, if my memory serves me correctly, I think that the original was a bit lighter. So I am wearing this lipstick on my lips today, and the formula feels just absolutely lovely, very creamy, feels really nourishing. So again, so far so good on the formula of this. I'm wearing it with Charlotte Tilbury's Lip Cheat in Icon Baby, and it's like the perfect pairing lip combination, but really, really pretty. If you know of another shade in the Tom Ford range that is lighter than this, let me know. I think it's a sable something. There's a nude shade that looks like it would be a nude, like a light enough nude, but something tells me it's not. I'm hoping that when I go on my trip next month that I can find a Tom Ford counter or a display or something and just really swatch all the lipsticks, you know, but again, the formula feels just lovely. And it's got a slight sweet vanilla scent, which I love. I love lipsticks with this type of a scent. So it's just kind of a warm, slightly coraled nude pink shade. And again, really beautiful formulation, and it's what I've got on my lips today. It's got the same style, standard Tom Ford packaging there. They have raised the prices on these as well. as if they weren't expensive enough already. I also picked up the new Huda Beauty Icy Nude eyeshadow palette. So this guy's got 0.56 ounces or 16.1 grams of product. And this guy is made in Italy. So this is her latest palette. And this is what I've got on my eyes today, and it is very, very beautiful. It's a cool toned, slightly like purpley. There's a little bit of hues of warm in there. I do think that the cover of this could have been more fun. Like, it's just so plain. Like, I don't know if, like, incorporate some artwork or something on there, because it's, again, it's just kind of this plain, it says Icy Nude on there, but the packaging is a hard plastic with a click style closure to it. The formula on these is just beautiful. The mattes are pigmented. They blend out really, really well. Some of these sparkly shades are a bit chunky. You're going to want to use them over a tacky base to really get them to adhere. I don't set my eyeshadow primer already anyway, so I didn't have too much trouble. Otherwise, you're going to get some fallout because they are a bit chunky, and it's not necessarily like each like piece of the formulation is chunky. It's just the formula comes off in chunks, and then you like break it apart and you get that really high shine. So I've actually got two of those shades I'm describing on my lid, and they don't look chunky like I said on the lid. You just have to kind of break apart the particles. But other than that, I've gotten along with the palette really, really well. There's one pressed glitter in here, which is this one right here, and there's a decent binder in there, but it could be a little bit stronger for a pressed glitter. The binder could be a little bit more in there, something like how ColourPop does their glitters. They have got such a great binder in there. But yeah, this is a really beautiful eyeshadow palette. And then these next ones. This is also easily a standalone for me. Just a ton of options in here. And I love that there are some like reddened or some warm leaning tones in there mixed in with some of the icier shades. This is the one I put on the lid, so I'm kind of tapping because, again, I don't want it to come off in too many pieces to kind of, I guess, waste product, if you will. And then this bottom row, this is that pressed glitter. I'll get a little bit more of this one. Spray it. Oh. Yeah, and that pressed glitter, I haven't used it like just yet. I've swatched it, and it does feels a little bit loose and a little bit gritty. Like I said, it could definitely use a bit more binder in it, but you can feel the pieces of glitter in there, which makes me a little apprehensive about putting them on my eyes. And then these last two. Yeah, these mattes are so soft. They like, again, the bag of flour, that's how soft they are. If I haven't mentioned that, or you haven't heard me say that before, it's like sticking your hand in a bag of flour. You know how soft it is. That's how soft they are. But yeah, I guess I could have done without that pressed glitter, like just a silver or something. Granted, these other shades are quite silver, or a different shade, purple, like a purple sparkle. Ooh, that would have been really nice. But I probably won't put that guy on my eye just because, again, those pieces are a little bit like grittier feeling. Anyway, other than that, this palette is really, really beautiful. So that guy right there is the new Icy Nude palette from Huda Beauty. And that is everything that I got in that I purchased. I do have an Ulta order on the way. I've got one from, is it sad that I can't remember if it was Saks or Neiman Marcus? And I also have that other Sephora order coming. But I did get in a PR package, which I was super excited about because this is one of my favorite indie brands. And it is from Nomad Cosmetics. So they came out with their holiday palette. And it's the Polar Express. So there's a ticket in there. And then on the back is the information for the palette. So it says, it's that time of year. Hot cocoa with friends, warm memories made with family, and the magical wonder of Santa. We hope you and your loved ones enjoy a merry and bright holiday season. So it's their new Polar Express Intense Eyeshadow Palette. The destination is sleigh bells ringing and trains choo-chooing some aboard the Polar Express to celebrate the excitement and enchantment of the most magical time of year. Like, that whole phrase just kind of, it just gets me excited about Christmas. Join us on this wintry journey through snowy, moonlit landscapes and past twinkling holiday lights while enjoying delicious hot cocoa. Feel again the childlike whimsy and wonder as we get ready for Santa, all aboard to the North Pole. The palette, a journey to Santa, wintry blues and snowy whites, holiday crimsons and warm chocolates, and decorative silvers and golds inspired by the Christmas classic, the Polar Express. 8 merry mattes, 6 glowing shimmers, and 1 festive multi-chrome. The cause they're supporting is the WWF Global Arctic Program to help maintain this biodiverse and resilient region, which again, I also love. So I love the little cute cards that come with every single one of their palettes. And then the actual packaging, let me actually put it in the box so you can see just the attention to detail that Nomad has, which is just lovely. So this is the box packaging, right? And then it shows the train through the center, but it's also on the inside and it's cut out right there. And then there is the back of the packaging. So it's got print on the inside. It's so like hard to discard the boxes because again, their attention to detail, right? So there's 15 shades, 0.05 ounces or 1.5 grams a piece, and this is manufactured at Nomad Labs in China, distributed by Nomad Cosmetics in San Antonio, Texas, cruelty-free and vegan. And I love the packaging. It's a cardboard with a magnetic closure, and I've worn this a few times and I love it. I love it. I'm going to be reaching for this one a lot, especially in the month of December. You can see the artwork around the mirror as well, but these are so pretty. And I've said this before about Nomad Cosmetics. There's something about their color shades too that they're very easy to wear. There's something that they do with their formula that just, I don't know, they're always so pretty, but never like too over the top for being like blues and purples and stuff like that. I've mentioned to you guys before that the Haunted Europe palette from Nomad is one of my all-time favorite palettes in all of said collection. But this one here is just beautiful, and it's also easily a standalone for me. The mattes are very soft and finely milled in this palette too. And then these next ones, the multi-chrome is that center shade right here. It like flips a purple, blue. It's got a bit of like a silver, slight pink in there. It's really, really pretty. Hard to kind of see that detail through the camera, but and then these last three. One of their first palettes that I picked up was the Orient Express, and I loved the color story in that one too. I still do, because I still have it. It's with all my Nomad palettes like right over there. Should I grab it? Let me grab it and show it to you guys with this one. But just a beautiful palette. I say this every time, but I love Nomad Cosmetics, and I started off buying a few of their palettes, loved them so much that I went back and bought everything that they had available. And now I'm lucky enough to be on their PR list. So again, very, very pretty. Let me grab the Orient Express. Here's the Orient Express. It's got the felt puffy type of packaging. It's one of their larger palettes, and there's the color story in that one. And I believe this came out for holidays quite a few years ago. The shimmers in the new palette are definitely vamped up in comparison to the old palette, just to show you guys that one as well, because it's fun. And that's everything that I have for the haul today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.